accounts. Myself and Jack Welter have been working on remaking the teaching artist schedules to make them a little more user-friendly and better on your cell phone. And here's what we came up with. The first thing I want to show you guys is the different sheets. So on Google Sheets, there's this little hamburger in the bottom left, and if you hit it, it kind of lets you pick the different sheets, and all of them do a little something different. But that's how you navigate from sheet to sheet. The one we're most excited about is the phone view. So we'll look at that. I'll select a phone view, and then it's got me in the phone view. But what we tried to make this do is give you your next available class and just the basic information on that class. So you can see we have in row 4, you have this upcoming class here. That is going to tell you when your next class is. If that class happens to be today, it's going to say today's class. If you have a second class that day, it's going to tell you that you have this class and also to scroll to the right. And if you go to the right, it'll have another class for you. In this case, School Aid Sam, our fictional School Aid character, does not have another class the next day. So this is one class on September 14th, and if you scroll to the right, it's going to give you the next class after that. So in this case, our next class is again in September, but on the 21st instead. If you have 3 classes in one day, which does happen sometimes where you find yourself triple gigging, it's going to turn bright yellow and tell you to check out the upcoming classes view, because on that view it gives you a more comprehensive list of all your classes. This one will just give you your next class. For location, it should be a Google Maps link. If you click on that and then click the link, it should take you right to Google Maps and direct you where to go. Otherwise, you got your on-site contact, their number, what space you're going to be in, the number of classes you're teaching that day, what the grade range is going to be. And then in the bottom is going to be program notes. This year, we're going to only use one line for each time you go somewhere. So if it's a 2-hour class and you're teaching 2 separate classes, it'll let you know that. If it's, in this case, it's one 2-hour long class, so it'll tell you that as well. The best function, because a lot of people experience their phone kind of freezing up, the best function at all is that if you click up on your name, so we got School Aid Sam's name, you won't be able to change anything on the sheet but this cell. If you click on it, it'll give you a drop-down menu, and your choices will be School Aid Sam or Refresh. If you click on Refresh, everything will go away. But then, when you click on your name again, in this case School Aid Sam, everything will come back, and that way you know you forced your teaching artist schedule to update. Anytime you're in a cell and you need to get out of it, you can hit the back button, and that should back you out of that cell and get you back to the view where you can look at the different sheets. So I'll run through these other sheets real quick, but the phone view is the main thing I wanted to show you guys. Upcoming classes takes all your classes, gives you all the information you need for that class, and it goes from today on down. Also gives you to pay for each class. So you can see I haven't entered in to pay for School Aid Sam for this 2-hour class. So I've got to fix that up. But this will take today and on. If you need to look back in the past, you can look at your complete schedule, and it'll go back 120 days. So it'll give you your whole schedule. So, if you're in the middle of a semester and you got to figure out, where you've been, you can look on that. Unavailable dates are any dates you guys gave us that we've recorded that you're on vacation or you already know you're not going to be able to work. This isn't like if you can't work Mondays, not something like that. But if you normally work Monday and you knew you had a wedding or something, you could put that into unavailable. You can tell us, we'll record it on unavailable, and you'll see it here. So if you know you're going to miss school and you don't see it on unavailable, that means either you are slipping or we're slipping, and you probably want to send me or Jack a text. Next is notes from your class survey. This is where all your surveys end up going. This year, we are going to require a survey for every class, and we found an easy way to kind of track that. So you'll have to get a survey in to get paid for a class. But hopefully it'll be a tool you guys can use, because there's a section where you can do your class notes. And if you keep scrolling to the right, you can see a little search function. So you can pick all your schools you've been to, and again, it'll be down here in this drop down. It'll list out all the schools you've been to. You can select one and then view just the notes for that school. So if you're doing a bunch of different programs and you're having a hard time figuring out where you've been and what you're doing in each class, you can use your surveys to kind of track that and track what activities you guys have been doing or any other notes you want to give yourself. If little Billy was bad last week, leave yourself a note so that way the next week you know to watch out for little Billy. And the last sheet on here is just some procedures. A lot of stuff we talk about a lot, but one, instructions on how to refresh your schedule. That's on the top of every page. But then to arrive 15 minutes early to classes, as much as reality allows you to. And then if you have to call into a class, just a reminder to call Jake or give Jack a call. And then also let you know Ian Smith, our CEO, and his number. And then Kate Hensley is going to be our new officer manager. She's going to be the new me, and I'm going to fill some different roles. But mainly, I hope you guys like the phone view. I hope it makes it easier to get to class, a little safer to look at your schedule while you're driving. And we'll continue to kind of improve stuff so you guys can continue to bring awesomeness to children.